Have you ever considered how often the word no has stopped you? And I don't mean no like a good boundary that you're still working on putting up. I'm talking about the inner and even outer no that you let kill your spirit, that you let stop what you want. It's trying to protect you. But by the way, it's not protecting the big S self, it's protecting your ego. Stay with me, and I'm going to share with you three things that will transform how you relate with no from now on. And this video, this message is especially for those who are trying to go bigger, who are trying to lead the big dream, the big audacious goal, that thing that you've been thinking about forever, that thing that you've actually probably been in pursuit of, but you keep getting stuck because always where that stuck is, somewhere in there is a no. It might be a no that you think you got outside of you, but it's often the no that you internalized with every twist and turn. And I'm going to spend so much time right now talking to you about this that you will never relate with the word no the same way again. The first thing is that you cannot take no personally. If you are pursuing something, I don't care what it is, anytime you get a no, it has nothing to do with you. Even if what you're selling, doing, talking about, or some part of you doesn't agree with that, whoever and whatever, that's them. That has nothing to do with you. You have to depersonalize no. I recently stepped in to the highest level of authority that I can connect with to lead the movement, the mission that has been on my heart since I was in high school, that got language and words in 2017. And here I have been building a business that had sprinkles of this, but I still wasn't owning it because of the way I'm interpreting the world. But anyone that is creating something big, big for themselves even, they did not stop at the no. If they did, they wouldn't have created it. And oftentimes, we are putting something out there that a lot of people don't understand until it becomes very much living and breathing. All the stuff, for example, that Steve Jobs did, he wasn't looking for permission for people to tell him what he should or shouldn't do. He was creating the need. No is not a personal thing. If you can suspend, if you can actually just start to look at how you relate to the word no and how often you are giving yourself a no. And it could be if you didn't do something a certain way, if you didn't complete something by a certain time, if you didn't follow up when you thought you were supposed to, if you didn't take action then, or if you felt like you weren't quite sure if that person liked you, responded well to you, or you got discouraged because you didn't get a response. There are a plethora of ways that we basically deduce it as a no. No is not personal. When you decide to not take no personally, your entire life will change. This is the vow that I've made to myself. No is not personal. No means next. No means, okay, great. I respect that. Next. No is my cue to move on. No is the answer that I need so that I know that I can move my energy in a different direction. No is not personal. No means next. About probably over a decade ago, I heard a coach of coaches say, yes lives in the land of no's. And I never could unhear that because he was right. You can't get a yes or a no if you don't at least make the attempt. So within all of the no's, there are going to be the yeses. But we most certainly, as is with most things in life, going to hear a lot more no's to get our yes. And that's why Relying on that vow to not take no personally is essential because it's so, there's just, the ego will want to keep trying to protect you. It's going to want to keep trying to make you feel safe. And by the way, safe often means not seen. So instead of thinking that no one sees you, remember that it requires you placing yourself in a place to be seen. By the way, I'm totally talking to myself because this is like, it's so easy to do this for others. It's so easy to do this in all of the different work that I've done inside organizations and even coaching and advising executives. There's such clarity there. But when you start to put yourself out there, especially with something that you deeply care about, especially with something that has been with you for a while, something that has a lot of meaning, something that you do take personally, it's going to be challenging. It will be challenging to not take the no's personal. But the no just means next. And the thing I want to leave you with is that, what would you say is the number one word babies hear more than anything, especially once they start crawling? That's right. No. They hear no a lot, which, by the way, I think we should find other words for that. My point being is that that's not deterring them. They don't have a characterized ego that's trying to protect their image or them from being embarrassed or them from being feeling internalizing the no. Mm-mm. They're just moving on to the next thing, the next thing, the next thing because they're curious, because they're asserting their agency, because they're trying to learn. And they're not hung up on all the stuff that constructs our personality that comes with basically having a fully formed ego. You cannot take no personally. When you decide that you will not take no personally, that yes lives in the land of no's, and no actually means next, nothing will stop you. Nothing will stop you. And mark my word, because, or just like pay attention to this for a while, because it is often the perception of no, the story around no, the no that we got, that we made something, we made it mean something, or the no that we told ourselves quietly, silently inside because of whatever fear, saving face, not wanting to be embarrassed, not wanting to put ourselves out there, not wanting to be rejected, not wanting to fail. That's all ego. That's not you. You are not your ego. You have an ego and you need to lead your ego, but that is not you. Who you are is the essence of love. And the thing that wants to come through you, the thing that wants you, that is trying to be created through you, that is the fullest expression of you. So I hope this helped you in some way. This is definitely my mantra right now, and I am going to adopt this as a way of being. And here is something that I didn't mention that I'll add. What's really powerful when we sit in a place of not taking no personally is that we take ourself out of it, in the sense of like, it doesn't have to be an evaluation of are we enough or our self-esteem or our self-worth, but also we can be more of service in that way. When you come into something without strings attached, when you come in it as a steward of leading something that you believe in or that you believe you are meant to lead, then you are just showing up as the leader. It has a different tone. It has a different energy. And not only does it preserve you and your sense of self, but it actually lands completely differently with anyone that you engage. There's no agenda. There's no neediness. There's no insecurity. There's no demands. It becomes like a an an ass that's like sitting in love. It's sitting in joy. It's sitting in curiosity. When you choose to not take it personally, it's a different way of orientating to yourself, your life, and why you are here. If you're new to me, my name is Jennifer, and I am here every day to remind you that your truth is your power. So trust yourself and watch your life transform. I'll see you tomorrow.